All right, man. Yeah, y'all know why we here.
You know what time it is, bro.
Yeah, come on. Go ahead and drop that beat.
Come on, bro. Like, y'all know why we here.
Go ahead and drop that, man.
Y'all know what happened. Shit. Shit.
Hey. How you feeling, man?
Man, look, I'm on top of the. I'm a Warriors fan now. I'm on top of the world, baby. Like, they hate us because they hate us.
Oh, what they do, baby?
This is Black Hoodie Rap. There's no fear in my eyes. What they looking at?
Gotta let this ride out. Gotta let it ride out.
Me not like the eye fight. Me not think
Welcome
such a
to the
thing is
homeless
good for my
pod. You
style.
feel me?
But if a man tests my style, I promise
Rebrand
you
coming
like
soon.
my reply. Boom, bye, bye, like
This is still
Bonjour,
Hennything is
I'm a
Podable.
Brooklyn boy, I may take some getting used to. Chain snatching, ain't habit, gotta get it. Same shit in from Brownsville to Brain British.
I need some more Jay-Z,
Mama
man.
put
Come
double
on.
shifts, so the number runners was the only one to hang with it. Before you know it, I'm in the game, bang fitted. Fit no orangutans, video kid apps like oranges is I'm dangerous.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Tell me what the name of this shit.
Here we go hard. Hey. How you spell Brooklyn again? B.R.O.O.K.L.Y.N.
Come again. B.R.O.O.K.L.Y.N.
Come on, man. James Harden, welcome to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to let
baby.
our Nets fan here really get into it and discuss how he feels. Go ahead. I know you got a script written up.
Well, first, good morning.
Good morning.
What I'm saying? We don't be doing morning pods very often, but it is 9:38 in the a.m.
It is.
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
And I have never
Two
felt
NFL games down, two more to go.
Yep, big playoff games coming, and I've never been more excited to talk about basketball, bro. Oh my god. Okay,
Go ahead, start talking your shit.
let me just say that I've been a Nets fan since I have the exact date. I would say it was November 28th when my man ISO Joe Johnson made the truth Paul Pierce look like Velma looking for her fucking glasses.
My God.
in that
As
in
soon
the
as you
TD
said it,
bro.
oh yeah, that was bad.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Google it, okay?
Hey yo, fuck Paul Pierce.
Real shit. But bro, since then, again, we had literally, I want to say it was like a season later, we had probably the worst trade in sports history. And it's been some rough years since then. But
Yeah, rough years. I can only imagine what a rough year of basketball looks like.
yeah,
a rough
man,
couple of years.
I'm just saying, some 12-win seasons, a lot of 20-win seasons. Even just as recent as 2017, the Nets had 28 wins. You know what I'm saying? So those who have been here have been through some tough times. But the one thing that gave me a slight glimmer of hope was the one man I have to give all my praises to for this man, my man Swaggy P, bro. Nick Young, thank you so much for cheating on your wife, bro. Cause we never would have got D-Lo if that man didn't cheat on his wife. So you know what, Nick? I'm gonna buy your most hated player gear. I'm getting your jersey. I'll get your Warriors jersey, your Lakers jersey, your Wizards jersey, bro. Whatever, bro. Just know I am fully indebted to you for being a fuck nigga. So thank you. And also, I gotta give credit to Sean Marks. You know what I'm saying? Best GM in the league, making the moves and getting us here with no first round picks, like none, literally none. Again, we gave them all away for old ass Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. So
Jason Terry too.
Jason Terry, yeah.
Yeah, the Jet. That's what
forget.
really got that trade done.
Yeah, can't forget that guy, the one who exploded when he went to the Mavs. You know, that fucking guy. No disrespect to Jason Terry, but. Ooh, man, it's been a long road, and I mean, shit. I'm looking on Twitter every day, bro, and everyone's just trying to find some way to pray and hope that we implode from the inside. Kyrie slander has been at an all-time high, and I'm just like, this is what it feels like, bro. We're the villains of the league now. Everyone hates us. We have thrown everything at an imbalance, and I could give a fuck because I know I deserve this. I don't care what anybody says. So, I'm finna be ignorant. I'm finna be arrogant. I'm going to be the most annoying fan that anybody knows. because the real Nets fans have been through hell. So for us to turn around and be on the other side, it's great. It's great, bro. Yeah. And I would
happy for you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I really am actually happy for you.
I appreciate that, dog. And part of what makes me enjoy it so much is, unfortunately, I'm going to get into some slander here, is just part of me being a Knicks fan for so long. You know, I've seen the Nets do in 8 years what I wanted the Knicks to do for 20. You know, just, my dad was a big time Knicks fan. Obviously, he saw Ewing and all the stuff like that. And I was born under that 90s Knicks team, you know, 95 babies. We out here. And yeah, I'm not going to get too much into that just for the sake of my good friend and partner here. You know, I don't want to dig too deep into the wound. But,
I appreciate it.
But yeah, you know, I was kind of just waiting. And, you know, I got a lot of shit from family and some friends, mostly just family, for trading allegiances. But, you know, when you're right, you're right. So. Yeah, that's about all I got, bro. Thank you to Nick Young. Thank you to Sean Marks. You know what I'm saying? I think Kyrie will be back on Monday against the Bucks. So we'll see the full three-headed monster. Honestly, shit, man. You know, it's chip time. It's chip time. That's all I'm on right now, bro. You know.
You done?
Yeah.
You got everything you needed to say out there.
Yeah. Just had to let people know that it's been a long journey. You know. Yo, but when I got that announcement, bro, I was at the dermatologist and shit. I was wasting my time because my mom was worried, and I literally ran out the car. I screamed. People on Merrick Road in Merrick, Long Island, was looking at me like I'm a crackhead, and I'm just like, nah, y'all don't understand. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful, bro.
All right.
Sorry. I'm done.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you, bro.
You do deserve this. Mm-hmm. I think all true Nets fans, even back when they were in Jersey,
right?
It's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen the finals since 2004.
No, I think it was before that. I want to say it's like 2003, 2002, maybe.
I know they got waxed.
Yeah.
In the final.
Yeah,
so,
they did. You know.
But, you know, VC took them there.
Mm-hmm. Jason Kidd. You know.
Jason Kidd. RJ.
Yeah.
That boy RJ. Shout out to RJ. Doing this thing on ESPN.
Love him, bro.
Yeah, man. I like the way he breaks the game down.
I love his commentary, dog.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Like, yo, so happy to, like.
Even though he shits on my Knicks.
He does. That he does.
But, hey.
I enjoyed the shit.
We all can't be perfect.
Yeah. It's part of the brand, you know.
But hey. James Harden to the Nets. Yo, wow.
The beard, bro.
I have to say, I didn't think it would happen simply because I didn't think that I almost called them New Jersey. I knew Brooklyn had the pieces to get the trade done, but I wasn't sure if they were actually going to go about it.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I figured as far as assets go in total, I thought we had more than Philly, but if you're talking just you want one player to change your team, you know, Ben Simmons is better in totality than anybody that we had outside of Kyrie and KD. So
you would think that you would want Ben Simmons on your team rather than Victor Oladipo if you're Houston.
Right. So you got Ben Simmons, John Wall, DeMarcus, you know what I'm saying? So I figured that he was going to Philly. I didn't think that we were going to get it done. But, you know, life happened as it happened. And
Well, I want to say I got my congratulations out there. You know, obviously you guys are now in championship or bust mode.
Yeah.
I feel like you were there already. But it's definitely magnified now. I don't like the trade. I told you that I think we had the conversation before how I didn't like the trade offer. Like I thought that the Nets would be giving up too much, and in return they wouldn't be getting something that is productive enough considering what they lost. Let me go ahead and deeper and explain. So And the Brooklyn Nets were a very deep team, right? Like their backup unit could have been starters
Starting
on
many teams.
on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And I didn't want them to give away that depth for another person who's going to be in the starting lineup. So now all you have to do is wait for the starters to get out
Right.
to really combat whatever damage they did to you. And I don't like the play styles. I feel like, obviously, we can discuss KD's Warriors with KD's now Nets. KD's Warriors, you had ball dominant Steph Curry who could play off ball. Not ball dominant Klay Thompson plays off ball. Draymond, the distributor, and fill in the blank at center. Right?
Right.
And KD.
Yeah.
I feel like that team complemented KD way more. I feel like offensively that team was more of a threat versus this Brooklyn team now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
That has Kyrie, ball dominant, James Harden, ball dominant, and KD, who we've seen he can play off ball.
yeah. KD, you can just plug in to almost any team at this point, you know.
But my thing is, did you come to can I call them New York? I almost said New York.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
Did you come to the Nets why did you come to the Nets? Just to win chips? You could have won chips in California. I feel like he came to Brooklyn to become the face of the city, to earn the city, to be what Steph Curry was for the Warriors, he could be for the Nets.
you talking about KD or the
KD.
Okay.
I felt like that's why KD came here. Getting James Harden undermines all of that because, in my opinion, you look at Kyrie's career, right? LeBron left Cleveland. Kyrie gets drafted to Cleveland. Kyrie, he gets his numbers. He does his thing. He balling out of control. They still lose. He signs his contract. LeBron comes on board, which he didn't sign up for, but, he dealt with it. They went to the finals 3 years in a row. 1-1. And, I mean, he was a big part of that one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he got hurt for the first one. And the third one, they had KD.
Yeah.
So they weren't beating that.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Boston, and this real cancerous in the locker room stuff starts to pick up. And he doesn't touch any meaningful success in Boston. We can say that, right?
Yeah, we can say that.
First year in Brooklyn, KD's not going to be playing. It's your show.
Right.
And, you got comments here and there about him talking about, we just don't have the horses to run right now, talking about his teammates. It's like, bro, yes, KD's not playing. You cannot be mad at your teammates because they're not KD.
Right.
I feel like that's ridiculous.
Bit much, yeah. Wasn't super fond of those.
I love Kyrie, the basketball player. And Kyrie, the person, would probably still be cool with me. But the combination of the type of person that he comes across in the media and what he does, and it's just not working for me. Like, I don't like...
Fair criticism. I'll give you that.
You have a job, right? You go ahead and tell your job, I'm not going to be coming into work tomorrow. Why? Don't worry about it. What? You can't do that. You have to give your reasoning for not coming into work and then just extensively missing work. Like, if you're doing this for some $10 an hour job, they're going to fire you.
Yeah. Are you wondering why he still gets away with this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's a certain standard that should come with, hey, I'm working for somebody. Let me go ahead and go out there and do my job.
There is.
He's not doing that.
But, to be fair, we know that life is not fair. And we know that all employees do not get the same amount of leash. I saw a tweet about this. from one of the more famous NBA Twitter accounts, Dragonfly Jones. I love the Jenkins and Jones pod. So if you ever get to you guys' ears, just know I've loved you guys since 2015. But anyway, he tells a story about one of his favorite Biggie stories. You know, Puff made it a rule that you can't smoke in the office anymore. No smoke, no bad boy token in the office. And Biggie comes up one day, and he rolls and burns one while he's in the office. And then Puff is like, Big, you can't smoke in here no more. Big gets another puff of it, and he's like, all right, so fire me. You gonna fire Biggie Smalls? You're not gonna fire Biggie Smalls, are you? You wouldn't even fire Mace. Let alone Biggie fucking Smalls, you know what I'm saying? So, while I do agree that, again, your criticisms are fair. I'm not just trying to be a blind loyalist Nets fan here, but I just know that because he's Kyrie Irving and he's put himself in that position and he's put in the work and stuff like that, you just have to deal with it. I think of it as, you know, Kyrie is going to come with some baggage as far as a player goes, more than, you know, I would say like a Kobe or a Wade or somebody like that. But I wouldn't complain about gas mileage when you just bought a Lamborghini, you know? You're not buying it for that type of, you're not getting Kyrie for that type of player off the court. You're getting for what he gets, for the performance you get on the court when you're on the road or whatever.
Okay. But still, I'm glad that you brought up Kobe. Kyrie loved Kobe.
Of course.
Kyrie was supposed to be what's next. Like, he was supposed to be the next Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, we donned him that, like, he's Kobe shrunk. And he's just not that. He doesn't have that. He has the killer instinct on the court, sure. But the drive to constantly get better, and I don't feel that. I feel complacency.
I don't know if it's complacency. I just don't think he is the I wouldn't say the leader that Kobe is, in the sense that
He's not a leader at all.
you know, like Kobe will, like, not that Kyrie can't. I don't say Kyrie can't lead, but he's not nearly as good, and in the sense that he, like, you know, Kobe will bring the best out of you whether you want it or not. You know.
I think there are two different types of leaders that are successful. You have the rah-rah types. You know, they try to help you out and preach at you and all that. The Ray Lewis, you know, he tried to get the best out of you and, you know, all of that stuff. And then you have your Kobe's and your Jordans, who will punch you in the face.
Yeah, like, no, look, I'm holding everyone to this standard, and you either get there or get out the way.
Kyrie is more of a free spirit, which, do you. But when the game's on the line, you shouldn't get this shot. When the game's on the line, Kyrie shouldn't be the one to get that last shot. That should be James. That should be Kevin, because they put the work in. More to a higher extent than Kyrie does. That's how I take it. I want the person that's in the gym first, last one to leave. The person that's dedicated to this should be, and of course having the talent, should be the one that we rely on when things get tough, when things get hard. Kyrie's knocked himself out of that, in my opinion.
I think you want that person to do it as far as, like, the team favorite, but, you know, Kyrie's put in the work in his sense to become Kyrie Irving. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, but
he's just, I just wouldn't say he's, like, fully the team leader that you would want from, like, a Kobe or a Jordan.
If I work at Subway and I am the best damn sandwich maker, manager, and everything at Subway, right? I run that Subway. I'm the king of that Subway. When I turn around and leave Subway because what was his reasoning for leaving Cleveland? I don't want to be little brother to King James over here. And I take my talents over to Jersey Mike's. When I pull up on Jersey Mike's, guess what I got to do when I get there?
You got to work your way up.
I got to prove myself.
Yeah.
I got to, show that, yo, that dude that was at Subway killing it, I can come to Jersey Mike's and kill it too.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that in Boston.
He didn't.
You think he did?
No, I said he didn't.
Oh.
I'm agreeing with you.
So now you turn around and take that. You got it done at Subway. You didn't get it done at Jersey Mike's. And now you're going to come over to Quiznos and think that you run shit over here too? Especially when we got somebody else at the same time as you that's better than you. And then they turn around and trade their future away to get somebody else that can be considered better than you. I feel like this is just the workings of a toxic work environment. I feel like this is just a bad combination. I'm not putting my money on them to win the championship this year.
I will.
Next year, we will see.
I will.
I think first year you have growing pains, and I think that this team's gonna have growing pains. I did like to see that James Harden was just wearing a fat suit in Houston because he looked very slim as soon as he landed in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Man was moving the ball too.
Huh?
He was moving the ball a lot.
Well, yeah, I think he's like Westbrook in the sense he's a selfish distributor, which means that, he's passing so he can get the assist, which at the end of the day, hey, as long as you win, it doesn't matter to me.
I didn't see that versus the Magic, bro. I'm going to be honest.
It's the Magic.
I know. And they gave us a hell of a game, particularly Nikola Vucevic, or whatever his last name is.
It's Vucevic.
Okay, yeah. He almost had a triple-double his damn self. Like, he had like 33, 10, and 7. I'm like,
he's been balling out since they drafted Mo Bamba. He's like, nah, this is my job.
This is true. And he particularly has good games against the Nets. Like, in most of the time we've played against the Magic. Like, the Magic will give us trouble in the regular season, even though they're not going to make the playoffs, or they'll be like
they'll make the playoffs. They'll win a game and then they'll get gentlemen swept.
Yeah, or that will happen. But
happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but that motherfucker was going, bro. But anyway, I don't know if it was just to make a first impression or to kind of figure his way through the offense. And again, he had no practices with the team, so he was kind of just coming in raw and cold. But I knew Harden could pass. I knew he was like an elite passer, but some of the reads that motherfucker was making was just bananas, bro. Just really had some like, yo, how did he get that pass in their passes? And I think that's going to give him the primary ball handler role in Brooklyn. I don't think it'll necessarily be the same as it was in Houston, where like he's kind of just dribble Jesus.
We did see some dribble Jesus.
We saw a little bit of dribble Jesus, but it was when, KD, Joe Harris, and everyone else was kind of sitting. When it was mostly defenders in it, it was kind of like, all right, Harden, do your thing. We're down 4, get some free throws or whatever. But I think that in most cases, when you do team up like these superior top whatever elite talents in basketball, at least, it generally works. Play style does matter in a certain sense, but because they know that there's someone else on the court as good as them, it kind of breeds selflessness in a sense. I don't know about Kyrie. We're gonna have to see. I think he'll play more of the traditional 2-guard ISO player role, or just get a bucket with 7 seconds left on the shot clock or whatever. But I know Harden in particular, he's moving the ball a lot. I think because he can obviously trust KD, and we have some good pieces still coming off the bench. I know everyone thinks that our bench is due to butt cheeks now, but
yeah, it is.
It's
because Joe Harris is starting now, right? What's your lineup?
He was off the bench last game.
What's your lineup?
It was.
What is your finals lineup? We're assuming it's Kyrie, James, KD. Who else?
Finals lineup, I would say, is Kyrie at the 1, James or Joe at the 2.
Okay.
And if Joe's at the 2, James at the 3, KD at the 4, DeAndre at the 5, or Kyrie, James, KD, Jeff Green, DeAndre. Those would be the 2 I would assume.
Well, if we were to take your second lineup, you have Joe Harris off the bench. That's it.
Tyler Johnson, Timothy Wobble Cabarrot.
Tyler, no, they don't. No. No.
Bruce Brown, bro.
Bruce Brown? You really brought up Bruce Brown?
Yeah.
The same Bruce Brown that was in Detroit?
Yeah.
The shooting guard that they forced that point guard?
Yeah.
No. No.
Bro.
I don't like the way that you're comparing them to Spencer Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert.
I don't think that they'll be better than Dinwiddie or LeVert.
All right, then. You took an elite bench and you watered it down a lot. But again, I will say that Brooklyn won the trade because, they got James Harden. Whoever gets the superstar in basketball wins the trade automatically. You just try to get as much as you can. And I think Houston did a pretty good job.
I think the bench is still minus Marc Gasol, because obviously it's Marc Gasol. Outside of Marc Gasol, I think the bench is still better than the Lakers.
Marc Gasol. Oh. Are they better than the Lakers?
Outside of Marc Gasol, because obviously Marc Gasol is Marc Gasol. I'm not going to disrespect.
You think Trez coming off the bench for them?
Yeah.
Who's stopping Trez on your bench? Jeff Green?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're talking 6th man of the year versus Jeff Green.
Still think it's
What?
better.
Respect to Jeff Green. I don't think he's a scrub. But yeah, man, I think that Brooklyn is going to be fun to watch. I think that from a business point, it made sense to get, you get as many superstars on your team as possible. From a basketball sense, we're going to have to see how Kyrie and James Harden get acclimated. Kyrie has to, get used to the fact that he's going to be the third option.
Which is insane.
James Harden, I'm pretty sure he's cool with being the second option. Mm-hmm. And, for KD, it's time to put up or shut up. There's no excuse for not winning the chip. Even though I don't think that they're going to win it. There's no excuse for not winning it.
Nets at 5.
He needs to get over his, KD, man. He's a.
No, I don't know KD. The people don't know KD.
He's a little sensitive, and if he can get over it, like the New York market is terrible. Should have stayed in OKC if he didn't want to deal with scrutiny. But yeah, man, we got to see because James Harden, I think he's the sturdiest mentally. He just likes the strip clubs, which hey, welcome to New York.
I'm saying,
go down to Jersey for the awesome strip clubs. All right, but yeah, we will see. We will see.
Nets at 5. That's all I got for y'all.
Are we off this?
Chip time, baby.
Are we off this? Can we be off this?
Yeah.
Let's get off this, man.
We can get off.
I want to talk about what's his name?
You talking about George Hill?
Yes.
George Hill, yeah.
George Hill. We gotta. Oh. Okay. All right.
The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, 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 send.
Brooklyn, we wish you the best of luck.
I forgot how hard this beat bags.
Yeah, man. Take me back to 2K days. Good luck to Brooklyn. You need to win a chip.
Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, we still love you. I ain't forget about y'all.
Karis LeVert, we're praying for you. Hoping everything is all good. Oh, man. All right, man. Let's get into this George Hill fiasco.
Ooh, all right.
All right. So George Hill was doing an interview. I believe. Oh, my goodness. I swiped it away. I believe.
I saw you do that, bro. I was like, no, it was right there.
I believe it was a post-game interview. And the NBA was considering making stronger COVID-19 protocols. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to bleep that out for the YouTube audience.
Oh, yeah. Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Fake news.
But, yeah, on X, when asked his opinion of the NBA strengthening their protocol to prevent another spike in cases and whatnot, George Hill said, quote, I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man.
So I'm going to do what I want to do. If I want to go see my family, I'm going to go see my family. They can't tell me what I'm going to do. If it's that serious, maybe we shouldn't be playing. Quote from George Hill. George Hill, you fucking idiot. Don't you realize that you don't have to play? You don't have to play. You can decide to forfeit your contract, sit at home, and go see your family whenever you want to. You can do that.
You got money.
But you're not going to get paid to do that. You wanted to get paid for this season, right? So guess what you got to do? You got to show up and go to work. And work has certain protocols. And if work says, hey, we're going to give you this $1 million contract to just play basketball for the next couple of months. And you say, no, I want to go see my family. Okay, forfeit your fucking contract and go see your fucking family.
Opt out the season, bro.
Like, I don't understand what's wrong with him. Like, why would you say that?
I wholeheartedly agree with you, bro. I mean, I get it in the sense that, you know, if you're if you're like, I think it brings into question, like, should the NBA be having their season outside of the bubble?
That's a different conversation.
And that's a different conversation. Yeah. But in the sense that, you're not really gonna be getting any sympathy from me on this aspect. Again, you can opt out. You have the money. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right if you just think like, oh, like I would totally understand if Karl-Anthony Towns opted out of the season this year. You
Did he just get sick?
Yes. He just. I wish COVID would leave him the fuck alone, man. But that's a different. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Prayers up for Cap.
Prayers for Cap.
I think he broke his hand too.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god, man. But anyway, just in the sense that if you didn't want to deal with the COVID protocols, you know, I don't know if he was in the bubble, but you understood that there was a bubble and, you know, that COVID is real.
What team was he on last year? Keep talking.
Anyway.
Milwaukee. He was in the bubble.
Yeah, okay. So you knew what the bubble was like and you understood that COVID protocols are, you know, a bit stringent. And now that they're traveling, they're going to have outbreaks here and there. So if you didn't want to deal with that, yeah, you could have just opted out of the season, you know. I wouldn't think anything of it. Like, I'd understand, you know, if you just didn't want to deal with that or you didn't want to put the risk up for you or your family or whatever. But you decided to show up and you just got to deal with it. You're not the only NBA player who has to deal with this, bro. You know, and you're not the only person who's dealing with this. You know, there are people who are working real regular jobs who just have to deal with COVID regulations to put food on the table. So, you know, you're not getting any sympathy from me on that. I think it brings up the discussion of should the NBA still be playing, but not.
Do you think it should?
I
just interrupted you. My bad.
Nah, that's
I
cool.
didn't realize you were gonna keep going.
No, it's a good question. Honestly, they've handled it better than other leagues have. You know, coughs in NFL and, you know, Mr. Goodell and whatever.
Say what you want. They in the playoffs though.
But I think you had brought up a good point when we were on the way here, that because they have a lot of games and they do a lot of traveling, that there will be more outbreaks and more canceled games simply because of the amount of how the NBA season is.
Let's not say canceled. Let's say postponed.
Postponed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they've canceled any game yet.
True.
I think their rule currently is if you have 8 players that pass COVID, I'm gonna have to block that out too.
Up and down.
If you have 8 players that pass protocol, then you can play.
Yeah.
If you're down to 7, then the game is postponed. I think what was it? I think it was Philly. They had 8 players on the nose.
Yeah, they did, and they had
one of them was Ben Simmons, and they decided, yo, we need to sit him. We're not going to, you know. I guess they tried to sit him so they would postpone the game. Because if you have 8 guys out there, they're running a lot of minutes, and that's a lot of wear and tear.
especially in the NBA.
Yeah, but they sat him, and the NBA said, "Hey, tough titty, you need to go out there and play."
Hey.
So yeah, they had a whole roster of 7 people and play the game.
Go out there and give me some views, bitch.
Listen, man, the NBA needs it because at the end of the day, especially if you're a player, you should be enthusiastic to play this season. You should be enthusiastic to do these COVID protocols, especially if you're a younger player. Why? Because the more you play, the better chance of the NBA's salary cap going up in the future with their earnings and their revenue and whatnot, that gives you a better opportunity to get paid when your contract is up. George Hill, you are able to afford the lifestyle that you live. Why? Because the NBA has boomed and the salary cap has shot up. So you can afford to be overpaid. What? We're not talking about no NBA superstar here. He's not.
We're not.
I don't want to call him a scrub, but he's scrubbish, scrub-like.
I'll put him as average. I think he.
Fam, his missed free throw caused the funniest situation of all time. Wasted LeBron's 50-point triple-double. And J.R. Smith still ain't got a job because of it.
That was a defining moment for George Hill. I remember him for that more than I will for him on the Pacers.
Like, come on. I think he was on the Spurs before that. It's like, fam, he's had one of the most mundane careers of all time.
I think it's a steady average. I'll give him that.
He's a consistent backup. But, bro, if I wanted to... Patty Mills. What? Come on. Damn.
But Patty Mills getting paid, though.
He is getting paid.
They paid Patty Mills.
Yeah, they paid that boy.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about the Spurs. They got that loyalty to their players.
Yeah, see, a good organization makes all the difference for me.
Yeah.
The Spurs, I'll say the Mavs, Miami, the Lakers, obviously, teams that appreciate what you bring to the table.
I am surprised that the Lakers are such a good organization.
For all the star power that they get and stuff.
Yeah, considering like how good they are. Because normally you look at the good organizations. Like when you look at, in any sport, you look at football, the Patriots, dominant team. I didn't think of them as having loyalty, maybe to a handful of players. Matthew Slater's still getting the check.
They will cut you without a second thought.
Man, they traded away Richard Seymour in the middle of his prime. Why? Because he was going to get paid too much. Now, did it fucking work? Of course it fucking worked. But still, like, that's not the loyalty that
comes with winning,
Exactly.
Yeah, when you hold yourself to that standard, you have to make those decisions sometimes.
I think Boston is a shining example of that. Boston has no loyalty to its players.
None at all.
They will look to constantly make moves and flip people around. I mean,
I think it does come back to bite them sometimes.
I think the Isaiah Thomas thing
in particular, it's just like that was just a bad look. And not to, obviously, I love ripping on Boston fans.
Go ahead, rip on them. Fuck Boston.
But I don't get the Kyrie slander from them, just in the sense that you gave away the one guy who was playing well and wanted to bleed green.
Kyrie?
No, Isaiah Thomas, bro.
Gotcha.
He wanted to, he had found his first real home as a ball player in Boston that year, bro. And he led the league in scoring. That happened. So that happened, and obviously we saw what happened in the playoff game. His sister died. The next day he comes in and drops 52.
I believe her name is China. Rest in peace, China Thomas.
Rest in peace to China Thomas. So that was the one guy you had where he wanted to be the face of the organization and just bleed for your franchise. And they traded him away for Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie is better than Isaiah Thomas. I'm not going to act like that was a dumb trade.
But was Kyrie better for that team than Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, obviously, now we know it wasn't. And on top of that, I don't get how, now that it hasn't worked out, they've taken the narrative of blaming Kyrie when I'm just in actuality, you had what you wanted, and you made that play to try to, put yourself in a position to win, which I get, but if it backfires, you can't be mad at it. I don't feel like you have the place to be mad at it.
I think if Kyrie, going back to the Nets, I think if Kyrie has the mental to being the third wheel, I think it could work. But only if he has that mental. Because whenever I looked at Kyrie, I looked at him as an alpha dog. That's why you wanted to go to Boston.
Right.
Well, not necessarily Boston, but you wanted to get out of Cleveland. You wanted to be top dog.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
We'll see.
He could have been top dog with just KD here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
the biggest, we're already talking about the Nets again. Oh my God!
Listen, man, that's impact.
That is the big news. Yeah, that is true. Well, I don't mind it. I think the biggest variable, I thought Kyrie was going to be the top guy, but the biggest variable to me was how KD came back, and KD came back looking regular as hell. Like KD looks very normal.
I didn't expect that. I thought he would be a little slow.
I thought he'd be a little slow on the defensive end ish. Obviously, I think he was going to be fine with his play style, but I thought maybe his post defense and his rotation and stuff would be a bit slow. But
I think we're at a point now where sports medicine looks at a torn Achilles and laughs at it. Torn Achilles used to be a career ender.
Like you'll never be the same.
Altering everything. But we seen with Kobe, R.I.P. We've seen with KD.
Mm-hmm. We saw it with AP,
and we're probably gonna see it with Clay next year.
Probably. Dog, do you remember when AP came back from that torn Achilles, bro? Man came back and literally shat on the entire league. Like,
AP he's a dog.
Different breed.
He is a dog.
Fucking different. But
he's gotta get out of Detroit, man. Go somewhere where you can get a ring.
Please, bro.
Yo, Kansas City, if you're ever watching this, Adrian Peterson is a free agent this year.
I'm just saying.
Throw him on that team. Let him mentor Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who could be the next big running back for your team.
Just let him be there.
He could be the next Priest Holmes. Who knows?
I'm about to say, let him be there for that running back core alone.
Come on, man. I think any now we're on the NFL.
I mean, we might as well.
I feel like any team gets an upgrade if you add Adrian Peterson to your running back room.
So on the NFL and the wonderful COVID protocol organization that we've seen from them, now that we're at the end-ish period of the season, of the postseason,
Couple games left.
Do you think it was worth it?
Do I think it was worth it?
Yeah.
It depends. I got to see what their revenue is. If they're in the green, then yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's a business.
True.
And,
I get it.
And no player has been, I can't speak for outside and their families, but no player themselves has been drastically affected by COVID. Like
Cold.
by COVID. Like
Cold 2017.
That COVID-19.
Right.
Like no player has been drastically affected by it personally.
Right.
Or
that we know of.
Yeah, that we know of. No individual has been. So, I mean, yeah, if they're in the green.
Yeah, and they make more money playing than they do now.
The salary cap will go up. The players will get paid more. Everybody wins.
Yeah, true. People who work for these organizations have jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, trainers, staff, coaches, just people who work the stadium in general.
Yeah, that's especially now that you're having fans in certain areas of the country. Like Green Bay last night had 9,000 people there.
Yeah, and it's
6,000 tickets and
it's
3,000 just to first responders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. I think it's been an interesting season. Granted, obviously as a fan, I'm happy that we have sports because, those first few months of COVID with nothing to watch, bro, I was fucking dying, man.
I was watching Scrubs.
I was isolated in Virginia with no internet, so I didn't have anything to watch, unfortunately. But we got to talk about that on another episode.
Yeah, for sure. The 9-hour conversation we had.
Oof, legendary shit. But I think that again, some leagues have handled it better than others. I think the NBA with the bubble was a shining example, and it kind of put other leagues on notice on what they should be doing. Now, whether or not they chose to do it or not was, up to them. But it was good to see that it was a good way of showing that we can still have professional sports in the pandemic. I think that was an important part because if the MLB, the NFL, and the NBA all had really, really bad COVID procedures, I don't know if we would have been able to have another season mid-pandemic. It would have been a lot more in jeopardy. But I think because the bubble happened, it was very successful, entertaining still, even with no fans, and they didn't have any real COVID spikes the entire time. So I think that was an important piece that made that happen. I'm not mad at it. I'm happy I get to watch football. You know what I'm saying? We need to get on a Buffalo and Baltimore.
Oh well, let's before we talk, let's cut that beat on and really make this transition to the NFL talk, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's get into this NFL stuff.
Kind of wandered in here by accident.
Couple games left. We can get into the Super Bowl predictions and all that. Yeah.
Nets in 5. That's my prediction.
Nets in 5.
Baby.
Feeling New York today.
Kanye, this is that 1970s heroin flow, huh? Yeah.
I hear people talking about who high, who not. Man, they don't know we finna kill the game this year. Kill 'em. Yay, come on.
Street mergers, I legislated the nerve. I never hated on murders, premeditated, absurd. I hesitated, observed. Cock is sprayed, hit you from a block away.
That's my shit.
Man.
Soccer babe, playing soccer, stupid.
I was saving this for intro of pod, but then,
Fuck a face. Dealing with killer, so you love a taste. She swallowing killer, cause she loved the taste. I got brought up with crooked kitchen orders that I'm cooking, but got caught up with the tricks and would've thought I would.
New York, it's more than a feeling.
Come on.
Like Bill Cosby, pouring in
Hits you in your soul.
Dashboard is written from a hard tangled grammar. Interior, inferior, star spangled banner. Card game bananas,
Right here,
hard
right
man and tanners. Guns everywhere like the car came with hammers.
They
Come on,
trying to
let's
say
fade out. Let's fade out.
I hear niggas saying he,
Nah.
but I flows the truest.
Damn, you took me
Got the
back with that
goosebumps.
one, bro. I haven't heard that song in a minute.
Come on, man. You know how we go. You know how we
It was
do.
cold, bro. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Just had to geek out for a little.
Yeah, nah, come on, man. Music. We gotta have a music episode, man.
I think we should. Yeah,
We gotta do a deep dive in the.
we could do that like
music.
once a month, honestly. Like
We could.
just have that just be one of our switch ups to go from like because we talk about sports and just topics and shit like that. We could just chill, just have one where we just.
We vibe out, man.
Yeah.
Could put you on more music, like
I'm
the one
saying,
that
I'm saying, the people want to hear the jam. Anyway.
All right, man. So football. What you want to get into first? By the way, it's Sunday morning. I saw the 2 Saturday games. Green Bay took care of business and knocked out LA. Mm-hmm. And Buffalo took care of business and knocked out the Ravens.
Yep.
And literally knocked out Lamar Jackson.
Yep. That did happen. Oof.
Ooh, I was happy when he got up and jogged off the field because I thought it was something with his leg.
Of course. You don't ever want to see nobody down bad, especially not Lamar.
Yeah, especially his game is so predicated off of what he can do with his feet.
Right.
So you don't want to, even though we just said, modern medicine is laughing at leg injuries today.
Yeah, they just have so much experience with it. They're literally grizzled veterans. Like, oh, another one. All right, let's get it done.
Today we get Browns Chiefs and we get Saints Bucks. Browns Chiefs. What are your thoughts? Actually, do you want to talk about the Bills Ravens?
Okay, let's talk Bills Ravens
Yeah,
first.
go ahead.
Okay, so I was tuned into that game after watching Harden get his triple double, and
Leave the Nets alone. Man.
and honestly, I have the Bills as my Super Bowl pick as far as getting there and winning.
Okay.
No disrespect to the Chiefs, obviously, because
All hail the king.
it's fucking Mahomes, baby. But that defense, they're fast. They fucking fly on the field, bro. They really get to it. I don't think they're in the conversation of like a best defense ever, but I think they're maybe the best in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
And particularly the linemen, I was watching the linemen really buckle down and contain Lamar, and I'm just like, yo, these are D tackles and D ends really giving him hell. You know what I'm saying? So if they're that fast up front and they can really get through and put pressure on on the quarterback, I think that works on anybody.
I didn't even realize Ngakoue was over on Baltimore.
Yeah.
Man, let me say,
Bills Mafia. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all got this here, bro.
if the Chiefs take care of business and beat the Browns today, I don't think Like I'd like to see that defense fly around and keep up with Tyreek Hill and the boys.
Yeah, nah.
Keep up with Tyreek Watson. Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins,
Right.
and Mecole Hardman. I'd like to see them keep up with them.
Right.
I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is hurt, but you still have Le'Veon Bell.
Still fucking Le'Veon, bro.
Like, and I'd like to see you beat up on Travis Kelce like you beat up on fill in the blank of the Ravens tight end.
Right.
Come on. And the Chiefs defense is stout itself.
Mark Andrews. That's his name.
Mark Andrews?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm not up. Listen.
He's one of the better tight ends in the league.
After Todd Heap, I don't know the Ravens tight end. All right. I think they had a Max Williams with 2 X's. But no, I'm not keeping up with their tight ends.
Fair.
I know he's not Travis Kelce.
Right. Yeah. he's up there. I will say that. But
He's not Travis Kelce, and he's not George Kittle.
Nope.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Or 1A, 1B.
I'd put him at solid 3 though. I'll say that.
3?
Yes.
Over
Whoever it is. Yes.
the Raiders.
Yes. Oh, no, I have Waller at 2.
There we go, Waller.
Yeah, no, I have Waller at 2.
Wait, Kittle and Kelce being 1A, 1B?
Nah, I think Waller's better than Kittle.
Oh, you're drunk.
Bro.
Do not let 1 year with a banged up Jimmy Garoppolo change your opinion of George Kittle. George Kittle might be the best tight end in the league. Might be, which is why he's either 1A or 1B with Travis Kelce.
I don't know, bro.
Man,
Darren Waller's like that.
Bro, first of all, you forgot he even existed.
Bro.
You out here saying, oh, whoever they got in Baltimore, he's 3.
Yeah, because I have Waller at 2. I have Waller on my fantasy team this year, so
Oh
I
my
definitely
God.
remember that he existed. I mean, he was balling out of control for me. But I discovered him.
Listen, we can all agree that they're just every tight end is better than Evan Ingram.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, no,
Now we gotta discuss tight ends one day. Come on,
that Chiefs team, yeah, I see them dominating the league for like the next 8 years, maybe 10. I'll say that. I can't unless there's some type of internal meltdown or we lose some players due to injury, unfortunately, knock on wood for Chiefs kingdom and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm giving it to the Bills this year, but I think that Chiefs team is just godly, bro.
I will say that no, the Chiefs' window to win is now, tomorrow, and the next day. So I don't know when, but eventually Mahomes' contract is gonna kick in and really start fucking up everything that the Chiefs have going on.
True, yeah.
He is making $500 million over the next 10 years. I don't care how you stretch it out. Eventually, Mahomes himself is going to be half of your salary cap.
Pretty much. Yeah.
At least. Like,
Man,
there's
that is
no
so
way
sad.
to structure that contract where you can get the talent in now and maybe you'll be over the cap, but you won't be able to make any more signing moves or whatever. I don't know if the NFL has. I think the NFL has a hard cap, so you can't even.
Yeah.
If you go over the cap, you have to make moves to get underneath it.
Yeah. NFL don't play that shit. That's why franchise mode is so hard in Madden. It used to be.
Like, come on now. No. The Chiefs' time to win is now. If they don't take advantage of it now, then Mahomes is gonna be with 1 ring and a whole lot of money.
Whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. Oh God, AB was really rapping, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my God. Oh, why'd you remind me of that?
We was talking about Darren Wall and the Raiders, so it just came to mind.
Relax.
And then he plays today. Tampa Bay.
Whatever.
Go Bucks.
I do think the Bucks are gonna win. I think it's hard for any team to beat Tom Brady 3 times in a row.
Bro, yeah. I mean, I think it really matters if that defense comes to play. That defense in Tampa Bay has to step up, regardless of whether Brady has a good or a bad game. Because I think the Saints' offense, even though I hate them for losing to the Eagles, which ruined my fantasy season, but I think that Saints offense is dynamic enough to where they can match if Brady has a good game. And Breeze is a competitor. So if he sees Brady throwing for like 2 touchdowns, 200 yards in the first couple quarters, he's going to ramp it up just off the strength of, you not about to bitch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Drew Brees. So I think that Tampa Bay defense has to step up in order to win. I think they can take it. Yeah, I'm hoping personally for Drew to get his time to shine and get another crack at the Super Bowl.
It would have to be this year.
Yeah, because I don't really see it happening afterwards. I think he'll just retire as like the guy with stupid, crazy numbers in his
One
NFL
ring.
career and 1 ring.
Because, I mean, if we look at it, that's better than ending up like Dan Marino with none.
Yeah. And
But,
and the Packers, bro. The Packers are looking real scary right now.
They are.
Bro. I'm just being honest. So
Looking at Saints Bucks, let's keep on that. Week 1 they played. It was 34-23 New Orleans. I do think that game was a lot closer than it looked.
score wise.
I think Brady threw a pick 6 in that game.
Yeah.
And granted, this year, I don't know if I ever said it on the pod, I thought that Brady was going to throw a plethora of picks this year, simply because every quarterback under their first year with Bruce Arians as their coach throws a plethora of picks.
Right. And he wasn't looking great when he
Like-
first got to Tampa Bay.
When we look at, who was it? I think Carson Palmer was the first player that like rejuvenated his career with
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. Big Bruce. He threw the most interceptions in his career, his first year with him. And then every year after that, he improved.
Right.
And he was better than anything he did in Cincy.
Yeah.
Now, poor Jameis, he only had that 1 year.
Oh, gosh.
So he only had that 1 year to really learn the offense. I feel like if he had another year with Bruce Arians, he would have done a lot better. He probably would have been closer to, I think he was in the 30 for 30 club, 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
No, he did
Yeah.
that.
I think he would have been 40 touchdowns, 20 picks, or 45 touchdowns, 15-ish, close to 20 picks.
I gave up on Jameis as soon as he did the Eat a W speech. I know he was supposed to.
God, eat a W.
Somebody want to eat a W tonight. Like, as soon as he did that, he's
a motivator, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember he got drafted over Marcus Mariota because he was supposed to be the motivator, better leader. Whereas,
I think he is.
Whereas Marcus was the more polished passer, quarterback, decision maker, whatever.
Which was wrong.
Jameis.
Where
fucks
is
up
Marcus Mariota?
He's a backup for the. Damn, what team was it?
Las Vegas.
Vegas, yes, that's right. I was about to say because he just came out when
Let's
Derek Carr
look.
got hurt.
Let's look at Marcus Mariota's stats and look at Jameis Winston's stats, and I promise you, Jameis's look better. Of course, he has more picks, but he has more touchdowns.
The
too.
stats look better, but I'm just talking strictly from the eye test. I see Mariota like making, I would say, sounder decisions, whereas Jameis will go for the risk. And it works for him because in given
For
the
who?
teams for Jameis.
Okay.
It's part of his play style. He has the arm for it. He can hit those throws.
His arm talent is ridiculous, which is why I feel like he gets into so much trouble.
Right. But I'm personally a person who will take the better decision maker over someone who's a little bit more talented. And I don't think Jameis is absurdly more talented than Marcus Mariota.
I don't think it's even close. I think Jameis is miles above Mariota in terms of arm talent.
Agreed. I'll say that.
That is what? Yeah, give me Jameis every day of the week. First of all, I love the fact that he's one of those people that we talked about where they have the positive motivators, like that rah stuff. Yeah, that's Jameis. I love that. And it's funny because he's a country bumpkin, and the stuff he's saying, like, oh my God, dang! I wish I knew that we were going down this path. I would have had it so we could play that. Oh damn! You remember that clip when he was talking to the Florida State team when he was in the league?
I kind of do.
Oh nah, we gotta get this clip in.
All right, well, fuck it.
I'm gonna send you a clip, bro, because It's crazy. But go ahead. Go ahead. Keep making your case for Mariota since we're down this rabbit hole now.
I mean, just in the simple sense that when, like, particularly when he came in against Vegas, but also when I watched him on the Titans, I just don't think the Titans had, the best pieces around him to kind of work with what he had, or maybe the coaching scheme didn't work for him specifically. And then they ended up getting Derrick Henry, and then they became a run-heavy offense. So he didn't get a lot of those, like he didn't really get to rein the team in as his squad. But just from when I watch him, he's always calm. He's never really flustered, even under a lot of pressure. He'll fuck up, no one's perfect, but I think he makes less fuck ups, and I personally like players that make less fuck ups as far as this. If you're the decision maker, my point guard, my quarterback, things like that.
I think it's perfect that you talked about that because Miami has that going on right now. Right now, Miami there's an internal conflict with the team. Ryan Fitzmagic and Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tua is the future.
Right.
But when you look at the two of them play, Ryan Fitzpatrick might lose games because he does something crazy, but he's also going to win them. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a play where his head was literally in the middle of getting ripped off.
Bro,
and he just flung the ball up there.
Y'all know what play that was.
Yeah, come on.
That shit was insane.
Against Vegas.
Oh, my God.
And Tua Tagovailoa would have taken the sack because the sack is the smart thing to do on that situation.
Or just throw it out of bounds.
Or throw it out of bounds. Fitzmagic said, fuck it. I'm going to fling it and hope for the best.
So he's open.
Zing.
He's open, so I'm going to get him the ball.
Like, come on now.
That simple.
But, yeah, I'd much rather have the guy that has those bang-bang plays. Eli was like that, too. There was some passes Eli threw. It's like, you bonehead, what are you doing? And then there are other passes. Like, you don't get the Tyree helmet catch without saying, fuck it, and then throwing that bitch.
But Eli still made good decisions more times than he made bad ones. He had bad seasons, which, was particularly after when he won the Super Bowl, which I still don't get, because how do you win the Super Bowl and then make bad decisions and lead the league in interceptions twice? But
well, I mean, you got to look at his receivers, too. There was a lot of interceptions that he threw that went off of the receiver's chest.
But that's what I'm saying. He still made sound decisions more times than he did.
Okay.
You don't get to the top 10 in passing record, career, everything without doing that.
Wait, I mean, you look at Brett Favre. Brett Favre wasn't making the most sound decisions. Brett Favre was just slinging that bitch. He was having fun.
That is true.
Tossing the rock.
That is true.
He's one. His name escaped me when we were talking about the best quarterbacks, but Brett Favre is up there.
True. I wouldn't put him over Rodgers, though.
I mean, that's a discussion for a different pod, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, Rodgers is that does he ever look flustered? He makes sound decisions. It's breaking news whenever he has more than one interception in a game. I'm pretty sure he has like 7 this season or 4 or some crazy low number this season with 40 touchdowns. Like that you can't fake that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Well,
Jameis Tom.
SEC, Florida State.
Florida State.
Your brothers.
Your brothers.
Your team.
Your team.
heartbeat. We some dogs. We ain't no puppies.
Nope.
Nah, let's go,
We
man.
some dogs.
Dog.
Wide receivers, y'all cannot be stopped. The whole game. We
Whole
got
game.
the best running back in the whole damn league.
Facts.
Then we got a quarterback that's gonna toss that
He
thing.
gonna sling that
thing. Wake up.
You know what we gotta do, y'all. Let's go.
Y'all been in that war. Y'all got the hardest coach on y'all. Coach Tricky getting y'all ass. I know ain't nobody from Mississippi getting y'all ass like Coach Tricky.
Right?
Hell no.
Hell no.
He getting my ass. And
I'm a good quarterback.
Get right. Wake up, man.
Come on, man. Come on. You ain't ready to run through a brick wall now? Coach Trickett getting y'all ass. He getting my ass, and I play quarterback. I love Jameis Winston.
Oh,
I wish him nothing but the best for his entire career.
All right. You might as well won me over with that one, dog.
Come on. At that point, Jameis Winston, I believe it was his first year with the Bucks. He had a bye week, comes down to Florida State, or I guess up the way that Florida's structured. He goes up to Florida State. and he's watching their prime time. I think it was a Monday night or a Sunday night game that they were playing, and they were losing in the first half. And most alumni, when they come over, they might say something at the beginning of the game, rile the guys up. But they're not going in it during halftime and saying nothing.
Right.
Nah, not Jameis. Jameis was sitting on that sideline fuming that Florida State was losing.
Like, what the fuck is this?
And that's 30 minutes of watching your team getting their faces beat in, going into the locker room at halftime and inspiring the troops. They turned around and won that game.
I love it.
Come on, man. Jameis Winston, a leader of men.
You got that. You got that one, bro.
Yo, come on.
Jameis Leonidas Winston. I'm just go ahead and give it to him. Okay, so
Actually, can we play that again? I'm ready to go, man. Come on, let's play that again, man. Come on, let's go. Hey,
oh God,
who are we? Florida State.
this man can't be stopped.
FSU. FSU. Let's go.
SEC, Florida State.
Uh-huh.
Florida State, your brothers.
Yo, brothers.
Your team, your heartbeat.
Bam.
We some dogs. We ain't no puppies.
Let's go.
We some dogs. Wide receivers, y'all cannot be stopped. The whole game. We got the best running back in the whole damn league.
Dalvin Cook.
And we got a quarterback that's gonna toss that thing.
What?
O-line, wait up.
You know what we gotta do, y'all. Let's go.
Y'all been in that war. Y'all got the hardest coach on y'all. Coach Tricky getting y'all ass. I know ain't nobody from Mississippi getting y'all ass like Coach Tricky.
Nope.
Hell no.
Hell no.
He getting my ass. And I play quarterback.
Getting my ass.
Get right. Wake up, man.
Come on, man. All right, let's go ahead and make the switch.
So
I love Jameis, man.
man. So another playoff loss for Lamar.
Yeah, man. He's going to rack those up. That's what happens when you can't play quarterback.
Damn, you on that boat?
No. But he does need to be able to throw the ball better than he has.
I would say
He's a liability when it's like, hey, man, complete 5 passes in a row.
I think MVP Lamar could do it, and he showed that he has the ability to pass, but I still need him to get in the more polished realm of quarterbacks before his winning window is up. How much time do you think he has to win on this team? I think Dobbins is young, so
Dobbins is young. That gives him a lot of time.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is young, but
Mark Andrews, shout out to Mark Andrews.
And I don't think Harbaugh is going anywhere anytime soon, and he's a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
I think if they can bring in a good coordinator honestly, this might be peak Lamar. Not saying that he's going to drop off immediately, but this might be the best Lamar that we see, and they just have to get the best out of him. Like, you need to work on a way to make sure that there's no way to lock down that running game. And if they lock down that running game, they're going to be a liability in the pass game.
Yeah.
Especially there were wide open passes granted, everybody was missing passes that game because of the wind.
Center was fucking up.
I don't want to put
Center was fucking up. Whoever was snapping the rock on that game, bro, you was fucking up, bro.
I don't want to put all of the blame on Lamar and his quarterbacking ability based off of that game.
Right.
Because Josh Allen was missing throws and the backup, Huntley, something like that. He was missing throws too. And it wasn't like the wind was carrying the ball.
Yeah. Justin Tucker missed field goals, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah. That wind
highest completion percentage of a field goal kicker ever. Mm-hmm. And he missed 2 back to back.
Yeah, and this is the wind.
Yeah,
it was whipping.
That was tough.
But we need. He needs to polish up his passing,
especially if he wants to get out the AFC with fucking Mahomes in there, dog.
Come on, bro. You can do all the running around in the world. Eventually, they're gonna clue in it. They're gonna clue in on it. It's not Madden. You can't just run the same play over and over and over and over and over again.
You gotta get
success.
If you can have mobility, obviously that's a great thing for a quarterback to have. But you have to also be a Russell Wilson with it, where you can throw the rock accurately, at any to anybody anywhere on the field.
When you look at Lamar's passing, you don't think he's a liability for that offense?
I don't think he's a liability. I just think that for someone who's an MVP and to carry the team past, in the playoffs, it's not going to cut it. I'll just say it like that. Like it works in the regular season and stuff like that, but again, in the play, like when you get into the best of the best teams with good stout defenses, that's not going to cut it. It's just not. When you got real good defensive coordinators, it's not going to cut it. You got to be able to get the rock anywhere on the field. Like Russell Wilson can get it anywhere on the field. Aaron Rodgers can get it anywhere on the field. Brady, Breeze, like these are like any deep corners, eights, insides, slants, flat, like drags, whatever. Everything. They can get every pass off, and like even against the good defenses, and you can't just be fucking up like that, especially with Mahomes, because Mahomes not gonna let you slack, bro. If you fuck like. You have to be. The Chiefs are gonna be there for most of Lamar's career, so you have to step it up. You just do.
I say the next 4 or 5 years, which is a long time.
Yeah, it's a long fucking time.
It's a long time.
A lot of so. I'd like to take this moment to pull something out that I did some research last night.
Go ahead, shoot.
And I think that part of this is something that we alluded to in the last pod. I think that Baltimore's cursed, bro.
Oh,
I think that Baltimore's cursed.
You've piqued my attention. Who cursed them? What's going on?
I think it is the curse of the white savior in Baltimore. Now, roll with me here. Let me just roll with me here.
The floor is yours.
All right. So, The Wire. Wonderful show. Started in that's based in Baltimore, Maryland. Started in, I think, 2002. In that show, there was a white mayor who came to save the city from the depths of the ghetto and the hood and shit like that. Drug dealer show, all that good shit. He gets elected and wins the election. First white mayor in Baltimore in a black ass city. This happens in 2007. Now roll with me here. After that, no, that happened in 2006. The season ends in 2007, and then the show is just over forever. After that, that same actor goes from The Wire to Game of Thrones in 2009. But then between 2007 and 2009, Joe Flacco gets drafted. And now he is the white savior of Baltimore. Now, it wasn't a curse back then. It was just, Baltimore needs a white person to be the face of that city. Now, things were fine when it was Joe Flacco. You know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis was there, all that, but even then they had Trent Dilfer.
Ed Weed.
And Ed Weed, no, all respect, Haloti Nada, all of them. But they had Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco. And things were good. Everything was wonderful. But then, what happens? Littlefinger, the same actor who was the white mayor in Wire, dies in Game of Thrones. And not only does that happen, the Ravens get rid of Joe Flacco that same year for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Do you guys see a correlation here? Because I certainly do. What happens? All of a sudden now, he may get his accolades. He may throw some touchdowns. He may do some dances. He may even get the Madden cover. But if there's not a white savior, if there's not a white man in Baltimore, Maryland, saving that place, they'll never get over the hump. You know who did get over the hump? Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. He's black. He is. But he's fair-skinned. He passes the paper bag test. That's what's important. Sure. He does. And you know who else has a white savior? New England. Tampa Bay. White saviors are the face of the NFL, people. Wake up. Open your third eye. Y'all have been sleeping on this forever. Baltimore will never get past it without their white savior. You know what I think the white savior might be? Maybe Mark Andrews. Maybe John Harbaugh. But once Joe Flacco was removed from that team and went to Denver, no, the curse of Carcetti reigns. And I think that will remain for most of their career.
What the fuck was that? You didn't tell me you were going that way.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, you see how
First of all, I don't understand how you can shit on me for my Sierra curse. And you pulled out that bullshit.
You see how I can just string correlations together that make no sense? I'm just saying.
Do you believe in that?
Yes.
But you don't believe in Sierra.
Wholeheartedly.
You don't believe in the Sierra curse.
Sierra curse doesn't make any sense.
That what? Yo,
There's no correlation. I'm like
That's
correlation is not causation. It's that simple, bro.
shut the fuck up. Pissing me off. Anyway, I ain't even gonna entertain. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Yo, what you on, bro? What are you on, bro?
Wake up, people.
Shut up.
Smell the sage in the room.
Stop. Wow.
White savior of Baltimore, the curse of Carcetti. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Carcetti. That's the guy's name when the white dude was that was the mayor's name in the Wire. You should watch The Wire, bro. It's a fantastic show.
Shut up.
Oh man,
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all.
but it makes sense, doesn't it?
You should know. Anyway, what's your Super Bowl pick, man? Shut the hell up. Carcetti reigns. Carcetti who? Jesus.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, almost time to wrap it up. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
By the way, keep in mind, our Super Bowl pick can be completely messed up based off the games that happened today.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Bills make it to the Super Bowl somehow through Kansas City. And I'm gonna say that Rodgers gets past whoever wins the AARP playoff game today. Regardless.
By the way, it will be on the History Channel. All right. If you have cable, I believe that's channel 47.
We scheduled
Right,
it at
don't miss
4:30 p.m. so that everyone can
Yeah, just so the old timers can get their football in and go to sleep.
You know what I'm saying? Get their prune juice in by 6 p.m., take all their pharmacy pills.
Halftime, it will be time for supper.
All the food will be pre-chewed before you get there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got you.
But I think Rodgers will get past whoever that is. It'll put an extra on his legacy for getting past them, even though they were old. But I think it's going to be Packers, Bills, Super Bowl. That's my guess. And,
Wow. Who wins?
I want the Bills to win, but I think Rodgers tears that defense apart.
Well, go ahead, Colm. Well, first of all, who do you think is going to win today?
Today,
That's what we should have did first.
Today, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay wins. It's hard for me to go against the Chiefs, so I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Okay. Those are the only two games today.
Yeah.
All right. Same. I'm going with Tampa, and I'm going with the Chiefs. And I think call me basic for choosing the two number 1 seeds, but I think Green Bay and the Chiefs are gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that would be so fun.
And when in doubt, bet on my homie. So I'm going with the Chiefs beating the Packers in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. I would love to see a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl, honestly.
That would be fun.
That would be so much fun,
Yeah.
bro. Oh, damn, you got me salivating for that shit. You know what? Fuck the Bills.
Well, Josh Allen got a cannon too, and he got Diggs to throw it too deep.
Yeah, but I just like the Bills personally. Well, one, they're technically New York. We're not upstate New York.
Buffalo.
But they're still in the state. And I like the Bills defense. I love the Bills fan base. Bills Mafia is one of my favorite fan bases in sports,
Yeah,
period.
they deserve it.
I love those guys, They're
not like Philly fans.
no, they're not like Philly fans. They're what Philly fans want to be. I'll say that.
Philly fans wish they could be Buffalo.
They really do, bro. Yeah. They just don't got it. They just don't got it like that.
We need to have an episode where we shit on the Eagles. They fired Doug Peterson.
Oh yeah. We can definitely get on that next time. But
yeah, that's so much.
But yeah, those are my picks. I'm rooting for the Bills to pull it out. But I think that the Packers win the chip. I think when Rodgers is hot at the right time, it's just kind of.
I mean, he was hot last year too, and the Niners stuffed that shit.
They did. That is true.
They blew out that fire real quick.
They did. I thought that the big hurdle for them was the Rams. Funny enough, because I thought that Aaron Donald never fuck them up, but
Aaron Donald was hurt though.
Aaron Donald was hurt, so they caught a break.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is looking good, so they have a running game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league besides DeAndre Hopkins. I'm still going to put D-Hop over him.
Regardless of who wins today between the Bucks and the Saints, it's going to be difficult for either one of them old men to make it over to the Lambeau Field and to get a win over Aaron Rodgers.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
I think Brady could do it. I don't believe in Breeze's ability to do it.
You can't count Brady out. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. If Kamara goes bonkers, then maybe we can see something from the Saints. But
yeah, listen, he's not going against the Vikings. All right, he's going against the fucking Packers in this hypothetical.
Yeah, I know. I think Rodgers will be able to handle it, but again, it's Alvin Kamara. The man scored 6 touchdowns.
Quick thoughts. Urban Meyer in Jacksonville. Like it, love it, hate it.
I like it because they're getting Trevor Lawrence.
I love it because they're getting Trevor Lawrence and they have all of that cap room.
Yeah, they do have stuff down there, so it's not like he's coming down there. It's not like he's going to the Jets, you know.
Well, Robert Saleh to the Jets. I think it's Robert. I know his last name is Saleh.
Bald guy from San Francisco. I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator.
Like it, love it, hate it.
I like it culture-wise. I don't know if he'll get real wins just because the talent is. It's hard. If he can break through that losing culture, then I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
And Eric Bieniemy, still just the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Like it, love it, hate it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
I like it. You know what? It depends. So Eric Bieniemy is one of the most qualified, offensive minds out there on the market. But I don't know if he's really and truly on the market. I think what he's doing, he's fielding all of these interviews and whatnot, but he's waiting for Andy Reid to retire so he can just take over the Chiefs.
Which I wouldn't be mad at either.
I think that that's fucking genius.
Yeah. I personally prefer it when coaches move up in the organization rather than getting someone from outside, unless the organization is terrible. But
I was looking forward to Doug Peterson being the new head coach for the Jets. I was really excited for that. I was really, because Joe Judge buried him.
Yeah, he did.
Off of the, you don't do that, for tanking that game against Washington. And
which we will get into in another episode, but that deserves its own episode.
Yeah. That would have been exciting, but we'll see where Doug Peterson lands. I'm hearing Detroit now.
Oof.
With Matthew Stafford and Doug Peterson.
I hope he dies in Detroit. I have no problem with career dying in Detroit, not actual Doug Peterson dying, just to be clear.
Let's save Matt Stafford, get him out of Detroit. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he gets none of the recognition.
Nope.
Freaking, hey, Atlanta. Matt Stafford went to Georgia.
They could really
bring him back.
But they're just too in love with Matt Ryan, bro.
Nah, they're open to trading him and Julio.
Oh, dead ass?
They're open, both of them. They're fielding offers.
Oops, shit. All right. Well, hey, send him back home, bro. Please get him out of there. Like, he's been dying in Detroit, man. Just falling apart, trying to get some wins. Like, Calvin left him. You know what I'm saying? Calvin realized it wasn't happening, but Matt stayed. So please get him out of there.
Yes. Anything else that you wanted to, sports wise, that you wanted? As soon as I turn it off, just do not disturb. The second I do it.
Nah, man. The Nets play the Cavs this week. We have to see Jared Allen in another jersey. I'm probably gonna be drunk and crying about that. But
why? You got the beard.
No, it's just
let the beard soak in your tears.
He will. I'm just gonna miss him, And prayers up to Karis LeVert, man. I hope everything's all right. I hope everything's good. I think he'll be good in Indiana, but I don't really have much else other than that.
Another thing, off sports. So, last episode I was talking about the deep breathing exercises. Did you give it a shot? Did you try it?
I do it every time after I finish my workouts.
Really?
Yeah. So like, in order to recenter myself and kind of get my heart rate and everything back under control, like I just sit down and I just breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gave it a week, and I liked it, man.
Yeah.
I liked the way it felt. I felt less stressed.
Yeah, it centers you mentally, and that's just important, bro.
Yeah, there was a point where I thought that my car was gonna be out of commission last week.
Oof.
So I really appreciated, you know,
Right.
how much that level set me.
Yeah, no, it resets your energy. It kind of just puts you in a decent decision making place personally. So I'm quite fond of it, and I'll continue doing so. You know, we'll keep it going, but you know, it feels like you remember the movie Wanted where they were shooting those curved bullets and they kind of control their adrenaline. Yeah. That's what it felt like to me.
Okay,
you know, so that was cool. I was like, oh yeah, we go shoot something.
Oh my God. All right. So, you know, like I said before, I wanted to, you know, take this year for building people up and becoming better versions of themselves. Right. So last week, the task was deep breathing. So hopefully you guys did your deep breathing exercises. Now we want to add on to it. So along with you doing your deep breathing exercises, I would like for the people to drink more water.
Please, bro.
Let's start off with, say, half a gallon?
I have as much as you can drink, you know, honestly.
I won't say that. Well, yeah, your body will tell you to stop.
Yeah.
When it's time to stop.
Your pee should not be a dark bronze yellow. Like, that's my main thing. You know, if it's clear-ish, then you're in the right realm. You know, you don't have to be peeing every 25 minutes, but, you know, please just don't. If your pee is dark, drink some water, please.
You know what? How about...
I say a cup in the morning, a cup at night.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Well, I was going to say a bottle, but...
A bottle works too, you know, for some of our thick boys out there. You know, I know it's winter time. We've been bulking up. Shit.
Listen, man. I hope you guys are still doing your deep breathing exercises. Along with that, I want you guys to drink a bottle of water as soon as you wake up and right before you go to bed.
Change your life, man. Telling you.
Yeah, man. Water is huge. Hydrate. Majority of people are dehydrated.
Yeah, like 70%. Some crazy high number like that.
Yeah, it's insane. So, yeah, man, get your water, and next week we'll have another tip.
Yeah, well, have something. You know.
We'll pull out something. We're gonna do it ourselves. Obviously, we ain't all talk.
Yeah. I wouldn't ask for nothing from my peoples or my teammates or my brothers and sisters that I wouldn't do myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what they say about Jordan? He never asked you to do something that he wouldn't fucking do. Come on now.
That's what I live by.
Another episode down, man. How you feel about this one?
This was good. I personally enjoyed this. You know, I had fun.
Of course you did. You're on top of the fucking world right now.
Yes,
here we go. Here we go.
My man.
Growing up, I was confused. My mama kissing a girl.
Confusion the curse coming up in the cold world. Daddy ain't around.
I appreciate y'all for listening. Another episode down.
If you made it this far, we fucking love you, bro.
Yo, we love you. Stay safe. Do what you gotta do. And we out, man.
Now that'd be dope. Tossed and turned in my sleep that night. Woke up the next morning, niggas have stole my bike. Different day, same shit, ain't nothing good. In the hood, I run away from this bitch and never come back if I could. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop.
Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop.